This is how our Kings Canyon trip ended, but the chaos started way before this. We went from fighting our campsite setup to leaving early for an emergency vet visit to one of the scariest close calls we have ever had on the road. Here's how it all unfolded.
I don't see any big rigs in here.
Yeah, and these we're gonna have to level, so we need Levelmate Pro. Look at that site. Oh my gosh, how unlevel that is. We know we might have some issues here. 108, is that us?
Yeah.
That look little. How are we gonna get in there?
I don't know.
Okay, we could be in trouble here. We've arrived and this site looks way smaller than we expected.
I thought we picked the perfect spot, but the second we stepped out, the angle hit us. The site dropped off on one side. Trees and huge boulders boxed us in. It just wasn't cooperating. Every time we thought we had the trailer lined up, we didn't.
Forward a little bit first.
The site really did fight us. The slope, the tight turn in, the trees and the rocks right where we needed to swing. There just wasn't much margin for error.
Our stabilizer is catching on that. You're gonna go forward from here?
Total success.
It's beautiful. I love the site. Took a lot to get in here. I'm a little embarrassed about what it takes for me to park. Whew, it's tricky. The pictures look like we had tons of room. No, you start maneuvering it in. Next thing you know, there's a tree there. There's a rock there. The trailer's 3 times longer than you thought it was. Same with the truck. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to quit camping. I'll just go from campsite to campsite and see if somebody will, if I can pay them $20 to back the trailer in when it's tight. I'm terrible. I want to go to truck driving school. I wonder what it costs to go to truck driving school.
Somebody might think that we didn't do our research. We researched a lot before we came here. This site could handle a max 40-foot RV. Since we only have a 34-foot RV, we were completely confident that we could easily get into this spot. I was thinking we were not gonna make it in here, and oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? There was a lot of national forest that we passed on our way up here, but we were not planning on boondocking in national forest, and we weren't prepared and set up for that. We actually had to turn the truck and trailer around so that we were driving the wrong way on a one-way street in order to be able to back in from a different direction and not have that sharp 90-degree turn with the big rock. That was how we ended up getting in here.
We finally got settled, but the campground had more to show us. Once we stopped wrestling the site, the rest of the week actually turned out just beautiful.
Woo! Oh my gosh.
What is it?
It's a deer. Oh.
It sounded like a bear.
I know. I never heard a deer make a sound like that.
That thing. Oh.
The Michigan tree. 1931 is when it fell.
Wow.
The spring tree. This is so nice. We're the only ones out here. And it's only 7:15 in the morning. It's not like we had to get up at dark 30.
That thing looks like it's ready to fall. I can't believe that thing's still standing.
We explored Grant Grove,
Well, if you want to get an idea of how big it really is. Yeah, it's amazing. It's like you're in a tunnel. Look at Pete, how little he looks. You know I love that.
wandered up to Panorama Point, and walked the North Grove Loop Trail. Nothing intense, just those peaceful hikes that settle you right in. Everybody knows I'm not a little girl. I wear a size 10 shoe. Look at the size of this pine cone. If we have time, we want to come back and do the Sunset Trail. It's a little bit longer, but there's some falls at the end. We even stopped by the visitor center to stamp our passport book, one of my favorite trip traditions. It felt like everything was finally slowing down. Everything felt normal until it didn't. A few days in, we noticed Max just wasn't being himself. Nothing dramatic, just enough for both of us to feel it. Max is usually curious at camp. He talks to us, he explores, but this time he was quieter, a little off. A few days later, it became really clear that something just wasn't right. So we made a call no RVer ever wants to make. We packed up early and headed straight for the emergency vet. When it comes to the cats, we don't hesitate, ever. We thought that would be the hardest part of the day, but the drive out had other plans. The road down from Kings Canyon is steep and narrow, but we've done it before. We were focused on Max and just wanted to get down safely. And then, out of nowhere, this happened. A driver decided to pass us. That could have been fatal for a lot of people on the road that day. When you're towing a 34-foot fifth wheel down a mountain road, there's no room for mistakes, especially someone else's. Pete eased over as far as he could without dropping a tire off the edge of the road. Thankfully, the other driver pulled it together at the very last second. That was the closest call we've ever had. Once we were out of the mountains, we stopped at the RV park so we could get Max to the vet. We got Izzy settled in and then hurried to get Max in as soon as we could. As with all emergency vet hospitals, we had a wait that felt like an eternity. And once we were back at the trailer, Meds had him pretty woozy, but he was okay.
Huh? You'll be fine.
Looking back now, even with all the chaos, Kings Canyon reminded us why we love these mountains and valleys so much. Raw, quiet, wild, this place is absolutely worth the effort. And this was just the beginning. Over the next few days, we hiked some of the most beautiful trails in both Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks. In our next video, you'll see the trail that surprised both of us, the Mist Falls hike. If you want to see what Kings Canyon is really like beyond the chaos, make sure you're subscribed. Mist Falls is coming next, and it's one of the most beautiful trails in the park. And tell me in the comments, what is the closest call you've ever had on the road? I'd love to hear your story. And if you'd like to see some of the coolest places we have ever camped, we have an entire playlist. I'll leave a link in the description below and I'll see you over there.